Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial of learning Tableau. Today we will be talking about one of the most critical aspect of Tableau, which is order of operations in Tableau. Many times we get confused when we do calculation, when we apply filters. Sometimes we see that okay, we have done the calculation the right way, but the result is not produced the way it should be. So it all happens because of the order of operations which performed by Tableau. So what are order of operations? Order of operations are the process in which Tableau executes the process of operations. So in another way, we can say that it is how Tableau works, implement everything, or we can say that it is similar to what mathematic rules. Like we all remember that we used to solve mathematical problems using there is one separate rule which is applied whenever we want to solve any equation. So first we used to solve parentheses, then we used to solve powers, then we used to go for multiplication, then we divide, and then we do addition and subtractions. So likewise, Tableau has its own order of operations in which it performs like which task should get executed first and which task should get executed secondly. Likewise, it has top to bottom scenarios. So today we will be discussing about all of them, right? So here we can see one chart, right? So in another way, we can say that how Tableau filters are executed. We can say another way as well. So first we have extract filter, right? So we all know what extract filter is. Extract filter is nothing but when we connect our data source to Tableau, we used to get two options there, right? Similarly, like what I have connected. So I'm getting two options here. One is live, second is extract. So the time I click on extract, it will become the extract filter. Secondly, it comes the data source filter. So data source filter is again nothing. The filter which is getting impacted or applied at the time of fetching the source. So you will see one filter option here, right? So if I click on add, then I can say okay, and I can choose any filter that I want to apply from here. Just select category, okay, and you can say okay, which specific category we want to use this, right? So this filter is mostly implemented when we do row level security or we want to restrict any data. It may vary the use cases, right? So this is the second level filters. Third level filter is context filter. So here is a catch, right? If someone asks what are the filters, those are implemented on worksheet level. Then we can say filters, those are starting from context level, are executed on the worksheet level. Remaining two filters are at the data source level, right? Like extract filter is also implemented at data source level, and data source filter itself implemented at the data source filter. So context filter is nothing, but it is a type of filter which is getting executed at very top level, which is bypassing all of the filters those are implemented or applied on the selected worksheet. So we all know about sets, we all know conditional filters, we all know what is top n, we all know fixed LOD. So LOD is again a big topic in Tableau. We will be considering it in our coming videos along with the table calculations. Dimension, we all know what are dimensions. So any filter, any column which has dimension and has been used as a filter is called dimension filter. After that is comes like include and exclude level of details and data blending filters, if any. Likewise, it go to measures filter. So say like somewhere we want to say, okay, if I want to see only sales which is greater than equal to or less than 10,000. So this is measure filter. And after that we have forecasts. Those we rarely do use, but yes, these are implemented as per the industry level. If we are doing forecasting, then they are being used. And table calculation is again something that we do use. Clusters and totals likewise. And after that, there are table calculation filters and then trend lines, reference lines, etc. etc. Right. So when we work with Tableau, right, we generally face issues like, okay, I want to see that what is the min or max of something. So suppose I'm taking some use cases here, right? We will be going through. We will see the problem, we will identify it, we will resolve it. So our first problem is that how to find first order of each customer by category, right? So to do that, what we can do, we can pull customer name, and now we have to create a calculated field, which is say first order date by customer. So here we have to do use of LOD. So what I do, because we are using fixed here because I want first date of each customer, right? So I'm saying fix customer name and then give me max of order date. Our calculation is ready. Okay, let us make it exact, then convert it to discrete. So this is the date which I have got from our calculation. Now say I want to filter it just to check that okay, this is the first order date by customer, right? Now say I want to filter out, say I want to see what is the first order date in which any customer ordered for furniture, right? So we see that the record got filtered out, but the date did not change. Again, like I click on this, I remove this. You see that customers are, those are falling in office, they are coming. If they are in technology, they are coming, but the dates are not getting changed, right? So what is the issue here? Let us go to our order of operations first, right? So here what we have done, we have created a calculation which has fixed LOD in it. And then we have implemented a dimension filter, right? So as we can see here, the fixed is working first and then the dimension filter. But whereas what we want the dimension filter to work first, then it should calculate the LOD one. So to do that, we have one option. Either we have to change the LOD, but if we change the LOD, then we will not be able to get the first order date. So what is second option? Second option is that we just send this dimension filter before fixed. So what comes first is context filter, right? So we will change it to add context. Now let us try. Will it give the same result for furniture, right? Furniture, it is showing that this is the minimum date or this is the first order date for this particular customer who made the order on it. Okay, let's see what is office. See, for office, this customer purchased first thing was in 18/12/2023, and for this, the same customer has purchased it. So, did you notice the difference? Right? If we remove it from context, this date wasn't changed. It remains same, right? Just keep focused here. I have removed the furniture, but this hasn't changed yet. I removed the office and supplies, it not changed. If I remove technology, then obviously it will become the blank. So let us add to the context. The way we added it to the context, the date changed. Why? Because the context is working before LOD got computed. So this is our first use case. Our second use case is that sometime it happens that we have to compare that what is the max order value for a single thing and what is the overall value for that particular thing, right? So say I have customers and this is the first order date Let me make it exact and discrete. Now we are saying that I want max value for any given category. Let us apply the filter, show filter. So here I want two things, right? First is max for that particular category. Second is what is overall max purchase value for that particular customer. So again, let us calculate the max sales. So we all know, like if I want to get any particular record for any particular detail, then we do use fixed. So I'm saying fixed customer name and then give me the max sales. Okay. Now this is our max sales, right? Now again, what we have to do, we have to find overall max sales. So to do that, again, like we don't have any option, but you have to use the same formula. We are saying the customer and then max of sales. Both formulas look same because we want to find out something. Let select none, not these two, right? So now what is happening that we have calculated the max sales and the overall sales. Now we want to filter it out by category, right? So if I filter it out, then you saw nothing is getting changed. It's just that the record are getting added and went out. So here is the problem. If we apply any filter from here, so it will impact both of these. So say if I want to add it to context, right? Because we said that context is working before fixed LOD. So this should have resolved our problem, right? But it is not. If I'm applying this, so it will be applied on both of these calculations. But whereas what I want the overall calculation should remain same, intact. It should not vary depend on the category, but the max sale should vary because we want to find out what a particular customer purchased for this particular category. What was the max value of it compared to what is the overall max sales that has been done by that customer. So again, we are in a problem. We have to go to the order of operations and need to check what is that we can do, right? So here we want our overall sales to remain same. We don't want to just touch that. So we can keep it as it is. We are not going to change. We will use fixed. But for our max sales, what we can do, either we can use table calculation or we can use include exclude LOD. Include we will not use because there is nothing specific that we want to include. But exclude we can use, right? So let's see how we can do that. First, let us remove it from context because it is not going to work. Now say exclude and then maxes. So I do exclude order date by customer, then max of sales. This is one option, right? Right. So now let us apply the filter, right? So say we haven't added it to the context, right? Because if we add it to context, then our value for all the beneath calculation will be changed. Whereas we want this calculation to remain intact and this value should get changed based on the filter selected. So right, just focus on these two, right? When we are applying filters, this max cells is not getting changed. Why? Because it is getting computed before the dimensional filter, whereas this value, right, the one which we calculated using the exclude is changing, right? So suppose if I select everything, then the value is similar to what it is. But say I just want to see it for furniture. So this is the highest value for the furniture that customer purchased. And this is not the highest value for it. This is not the highest value for it. So somewhere it will appear like if that particular value or that category is in the max, then it will look similar to what it is here, but it will vary from right? For suppose this customer has overall sales of 41, but for this particular category, it has $4 sale. So let's say I want to see for office, right? For office, these the values are getting changed, right? So this is the one option. What is other option? Other option that we can use table calculation. So let's say table calc max sales. We will do Windows max here because we want to take a max of what record are shown here. And we all know that I have already communicated in our previous videos that table calculations are always work with aggregated calculations. So suppose if I type here sales, it will show an error, right? All fields must be aggregated. If we will not do aggregation, it will not work. But when we do aggregation, it does work. So I'll say, okay, I'll put it here. Now this is table calculation and always remember to set it up, right? We will talk about all these table calculations in coming videos, but this is just for demonstration purpose. Right? So now say this is our value, right? So this is something which will vary from all your relative values. So instead of using the table calculation, we can simply use the exclude because table calculation is falling at a lower level, right? This is here. This will not impact in our this particular example because we don't have that much information available, but it might be a possibility that you are using measure filter or you are using any other type of filters. Those are getting implemented before table calculation filter. So just to make sure that you are choosing your things wisely from here, right? So that's all for this particular solution. Now let us try one more solution, right? Token is not showing. So this is not a big issue. You can just like simply put it to context and it will get rectified. Now let us see how we can use the table calculation and table calculation filters. So let us come here, right? So to do that, we will take an example whereas I want to see, okay, the rank is one I have created, not duplicate, sorry. So here we want to see that which city or state has maximum sales, right? Now I want to see that, okay, I want to filter it using the states, say, right? So this is our rank. This is showing from all that this particular city or state is top with this much sales, right? So the problem here is if I apply filter from here, the rank will be recomputed and it will lose the sequence of it. Let us try, right? If I select this, then we will see that okay, this is coming at the top, whereas it should not be. This is the other value which is coming. So the rank is getting computed based on the filter. Just to make it understand easily, let us use the state filter itself. Show filter, right? So this type of scenario occurs many times, right? Whereas we want to maintain the rank, also want to filter using it a particular dimension. So here, right, we saw that New York is the highest sales. But if I apply any filter, then you saw that it is getting recomputed. That it is showing this is the first, this is second, whereas this is not what we want. What we want to preserve the rank even though we filter any value from here. So to do that, what we can do, we will simply remove this filter and we will create another calculation. Like we will say lookup sales, lookup max this, and give us the zero sequence. So this is again like will be table level of calculation, which we'll be talking about in another coming video, right? And any idea what we are using this? We are using this because we want this thing to work after this, because we have measure here, right? So we don't want to lose this. Instead, we want to keep it, and on basis of that, the rank has been computed, right? So we want this table calculation, which is rank in our example, want to execute first, then the filter should execute, right? So to maintain this, we are keeping the table calculation as it is and making a filter which is maintaining it. So let us apply this table calculation filter, show filter, right? If I select now Alabama, right? So it is saying that the max rank for this state is starting from 82. Then it has 124, 131, 163, 193, 206, 381, all of these values, right? And then likewise, we are select any value, it will similarly working like that, maintaining the rank. So that's all for the video. Hope you have enjoyed it. Do practice it. The more we practice, we will understand the order of executions more, because this is what will come with practice. And these are very limited scenario, very limited use cases. There may be a lot of use cases where we need to see how order of operations are working. I'll attach the workbook link for your reference. Try it, find out more use cases, and enjoy it. Thank you. Thanks for watching it.